Anyone that hops on late is totally fine. Okay, guys, so awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on the call tonight. It is January 20th. I cannot believe we are 20 days into the new year. And we're doing something a little unique tonight, and I'm really excited that, like I said, that you guys are here. And Missy, if you don't know Missy, if you don't know our relationship, we met through Beachbody. She is a success partner of mine. She's completely the reason I believe where I am, and she helps me through my ups and downs. And if you don't have a success partner like her, you need to get one. But that's not what this call is about. This call is about so much more than that. I'm super excited about the team call tonight, and we have decided kind of that Missy and I really think very similar. We're very similar in a lot of ways. She offers a lot of things that I don't, and I offer a lot of things that she doesn't, and I think we kind of complement each other very well. So we have a lot of strengths that are similar, and then we have a lot of things that are very different about each other. But like I said, we complement. And so we're going to be doing, some team calls this year together, and we're also going to be doing some push groups together. And I feel like she's an elite team. We are an elite team. We're both two-time elite coaches. If you care about titles, it's not that important to me, but it means that we've pushed and we've helped our leaders grow, and we kind of have been around the block, and we just want to help more people get to where they want to go. So we're going to kind of be doing this together. But tonight, we kind of had this idea thinking about what can we do for our team to help everyone push in 2016 on a positive note, and kind of use momentum from 2015 and kind of pushing forward. So Missy is going to talk to you first, and I'm going to
Kiana, I'm frozen. Hold on. Whoa, okay. We're gonna try this way. Hold on. I have a solution.
Kiana, you're muted.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, am I good? Am I good?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh my gosh, sorry. Okay, so we're awesome because we both have unstable relationship with our internet. And I have to move, so I'll try to do the best I can. So I apologize. So let me introduce you to Missy, talk a little bit about what we're going to talk about tonight, and then we're going to get started because we have a lot of power-packed information tonight. So as you can see, the team call is packed. And everyone, I'm just going to talk to you like you're still there because everyone is frozen on my screen. Missy, you can text me if something is going off, but I'm just going to talk to you. Okay, so I don't know what you heard before, but Missy is a bazillion star diamond. No, I don't even know what she is. I think she's a 8-star diamond. 8-star diamond. She's 2-time elite coach. She wears her emotions on her sleeve. She did a national wake-up call recently. She is absolutely amazing, and it's awesome. She did a national wake-up call, and she's on our team call. It's just pretty cool. We were just talking, why have we never done a team call together? I have no idea. So we decided that we wanted to start 2016 with a bang and talk really about vision of business, and kind of focusing on goal setting and kind of looking at kind of where we want to head together and redefining your own success. So Missy's going to start off tonight. Get your pen and papers out and just be ready to be inspired, because I don't think anyone can ever listen to Missy without smiling and just being happy. And your heart's going to be happy. It's going to be full, and she's here to bring it. So Missy, you ready?
Oh, Kiana, you're kind of full of crap. So, okay.
Not true. I drank my Shakeology.
Sure.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, if I cut out, Kiana, you can text me. So, because I can join by my phone. Okay. So, yeah, Kiana and I are a good match because we call each other on our crap, and we're push partners. And we've just been able to really push past, feeling like just the ordinary mom, and because that's what I am. I'm just an ordinary mom of four. Like, went to the doctor's office today without makeup in my sweaty workout clothes. Like, that was me today. And you know what? It's okay. Like, and I was thinking today about, and we were walking. It was right after I did my national wake-up call. Kiana and I were like, yeah, we're going to go eat carbs and we're going to go to the mall together like we're 12. So we were walking around the mall and Kiana turns to me in Macy's and she was like, do you realize, like, both of us looked like a hot mess. Like, I'd been crying. Kiana had been crying. And we're walking through Macy's and she looked at me and she's like, do you realize that both of us made more than our husbands this year? Like, do you realize that both of us, like, combined almost made $500,000? Like, and we were like, I like started crying in Macy's. I'm like, because the truth is just, we're so normal. Like, we're just hot mess moms. Like, we will be the first to admit that to you. So how did we create a vision for ourselves and for our business? Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay. How do we create a vision for ourselves and for our businesses that push us forward? And I know we talk about success partners all the time, but when Kiana and I were pushing for Elite the first year, both of us were like ready to quit. Like, we're like, it's not worth it. Like, we were ready to quit. And so we found each other and we were like, we can do this. And so we fought every single day for that goal. And we started to really realize that our visions for our teams were very the same. So I wanted to talk to you tonight about, like, what is a vision? Like, how do you create this mindset and this goal to shoot for, and how does Beachbody work into that? Because in my opinion, vision is not just Beachbody. Vision is your whole life. And I want you guys, when you're thinking about your vision, like, for me, I really had to get vulnerable with myself and throw away the feeling of, I don't know how many of you struggle with this, but for me, like, I feel selfish wanting success. Like, I feel selfish wanting all of this amazing life for myself. And through listening to personal development, I realized, like, gosh dang it, like, we deserve that. I know Kiana is going to talk about the miracle morning later, but he talks about the 90% and how 90% of people never create their dream life. And when you stop and think about that, it's because we hold ourselves back. Like, we feel deep inside like we don't deserve it, but you do deserve it. And so that was the first thing that I had to throw out the window when I was creating vision, because I couldn't let myself dream big. Like, I couldn't go there. There's another book called The Magic of Thinking Big that really helped me get out of that mindset that I don't deserve it. So we're going to talk about creating dream boards. And when you create a dream board, I want you to just let your mind go and really visualize, like, what you want. My husband laughs at me because he's like, if you really created your dream board, it'd be full of purple dolphins and unicorns. And I'm like, you're right, dang it. Like, that's what it would look like, but, like, you have to let go of what you think is the lid to your box. It's like we put this lid on our life and we say, oh, I'm going to have four kids and that's all I want, or I'm going to make this much money, or I'm going to live in this size of house, or I'm going to be able to take this many vacations. Like, we limit ourselves. But deep down inside there, like, there's something else. And deep down inside you lives a better vision. And to be honest, like, my vision never went past growing up, getting married, having kids, and having a husband who worked every day. Like, that's where my vision stopped until Beachbody. And even until really till I started to push for Elite, and I finally started to see the way open up. So when you sit down to create your vision, I want you to ask yourself, like, am I holding back from my vision because of fear? Because I don't think I'm worth it, because I don't think I can do it. But if you want to get to the other side, you got to throw that out. You got to just sit down with yourself and be vulnerable with yourself. If you haven't listened to The Power of Vulnerability by Brené Brown, that was the first time that I literally laid on my yoga mat in my garage and bawled my eyes out, because I realized I had crap to deal with. Like, I had issues with and I never realized that before. So I promise you that there is something in your life that is holding you back. And when you make your vision board, I want you to just lay there and I want you to let yourself dream. And when you start to put up that wall to your dream and say, oh, that's not possible, I want you to chuck it out. I want you to say to yourself, no, that's me putting a lid on my vision. Like, don't put a lid on your vision. Okay, don't put a lid on it. Okay, so for example, I want you, when you're creating your vision, I want you to think in the now. So like your immediate future, what you want your perfect day to look like, working Beachbody. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to go out 1 year. I want you to say, okay, what do I want this year to look like? Okay, because that's your immediate future. Okay, then I want you to project 5 years. So why is that important when you're making vision boards? Like, because here's the thing, is like joy and true happiness comes from today. Okay, I mean, my team knows this, but Kiana's team probably doesn't, but I just lost my best friend to cancer this last month. And I'll tell you, it really made me look at each day very differently. And it made me realize, like, I don't want to look back tomorrow and have wasted 1 day. So your vision starts with the day. Like, so I had it to draw stick figures, but that's my daily vision. Like, I had to sit down and get real with myself and say, what does my perfect day look like? And here's the thing about Beachbody is like, okay, I had to ask myself, like, okay, my perfect day would be with me and all my kids at the beach, right? That's my perfect day. Not worried about money, like not worried about that. But here's the truth. You have to make money. Like, somebody has to work. So like right now, somebody has to work. So my perfect day has to have Beachbody in it, okay? So I had to get real with myself and say, what does my perfect day look like with Beachbody in it? So I wrote it out for myself. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get up early and spend time with myself. Then I'm going to make breakfast for my kids. Then I'm going to go back and work for a couple of hours. And then by 2 o'clock, I'm going to be done for the day. So, and then I wrote out, okay, well, what does my vision look like for my week? What does my perfect week look like? I'm like, okay, well, there has to be a date night for my kids. There has to be what do my weekends look like? So when you're creating your vision for this year, it has to start with your day, what your day is going to look like. Then your week, like what's your week going to look like? And then I want you to project through the year. So something I did that I realized about myself is I'm really good at creating goals for everybody else. And I'm really good at putting I was really good at putting business goals out there, but I was really good at putting other things off that I'd been promising to do. So like for my daughter, for example, like I've been promising her for the last 3 years that we would go to Seattle to the American Girl store. And, I took her to the Portland store and that was good enough. And I'm like, no, you know what? That's not good enough. Like, that's something in my heart of hearts that if I don't do, I'm going to regret it. Like, I'm going to look back and say, oh, I wish we would have done that. So I looked at my year and I said, what are the things in my year this year that Beachbody affords me to do? So I made my perfect day that allowed me to work Beachbody and to grow. Then I wrote out I actually did it in pictures because I'm a visual person. I went onto Pinterest and I pulled pictures of everything I wanted to do this year for myself, for my spouse, for my farm, and for my kids. And I put it on like a dream board, like just a board, and I mashed them all together kind of in like sequence of how I thought they would fall into the year. And gosh dang it, like I'm going to do those things this year. Like I'll give you some examples of what I want to do. I actually was going to screen share because I have it on my computer, but I don't know if my internet will crash, so I'm not going to do it. So I'm just going to tell you, and I'll post it in your team page. So when you're making your dream board and you're going by day and by week and by year, I don't want you to feel pigeonholed into making it look like everyone else's, because it doesn't have to be everyone else's. So mine this year looks like a bucket list. So like in March or April, like my husband is obsessed with tree houses. So I'm like, this year I am going to book the trip and we're going to go stay in the treehouse resort in Washington. Like it's going to happen. And then I'm going to take my daughter, for crying out loud, to Seattle to the American Girl store. And then I want to take my kids crabbing this summer. And, you know, it's like sequential. I'm like, okay, every couple of months, I should have something scheduled, planned, done on my dream board. And I think when you plan your dream board like that, and you give yourself something to work towards that maybe necessarily isn't a 5-star diamond, like, it's personal. Like Beachbody becomes the avenue to be able to do those personal things that mean so much to you. Because here's the truth. Like if you aren't tied in your heart to your goals, you're not going to want to work hard. Like you'll give up. Like there have been so many days that I wanted to quit. Like I will admit it. Kiana knows it. And Kiana and I have this saying, you can quit today, but you can't quit tomorrow. And I can't tell you how many times I've called Kiana or Kiana's called me and I said, we quit. I quit today. Like I'm quitting. And then we get back up and we realize that we could never quit this. Why? Because of the vision that it allows us to have for our families. So start with your vision for the day and then focus on your year. But what I really want you to remember is actually something that Kiana is so good at teaching your team, and that is be in the now, okay? Turn off your phones. Schedule your Beachbody time and lock your phones up, guys. Be here today. Be here, because you may not have a tomorrow. Like, I have this quote that's in my phone that keeps me grounded, and it says, we worry about tomorrow like it's promised. Like we just expect tomorrow to come, but sometimes that doesn't happen. And like, I hate to be sad and realistic, but it's true. And what if this, you know, like last year, this is sad. I'm going to tell a sad story. My best friend was diagnosed with cancer in June, and she died before Christmas. Hey, I was like, you know, last New Year's, when the clock turned over, she didn't think this is the last year of my life. Like not a thought in her mind that could be possible. So I want you guys to work hard, but I want you to live now. Live now and create your dream like you want it to look. Gosh dang it. You know, like live the life that you want and be heart driven every single day. Every single day. Okay. So I'm going to let Kiana take over now. Now that I've kind of talked about personal vision, for my team who's on here, I will kind of introduce Kiana. So Kiana and I met at a Super Saturday. She is a 2-time elite coach. She's been a coach for 4 years. She has 3 kids, 7 and under. She's 7. She's 7. She's married to her high school sweetheart. She used to be a high school health teacher. Okay, you guys, so think about that for just a second. Like, who teaches you sex ed in high school? Kiana, like, can you imagine? Okay, no, even worse, she was a health teacher at like 21. She was hot and a health teacher. Like, that's just not good. Anyway, my favorite thing about Kiana is she's true blue loyal. Like, she works her freaking butt off. and she just loves everyone. And she's been like, thank you, God, for bringing Kiana into my life, because I'm grateful every day. So she's going to talk about creating your vision for your team and creating your beachal vision for your life, and letting Beachbody give that to you. I'm going to have her help us define, like, how do we make Beachbody goals as we create our vision boards, and what does that mean for our team and all of that. So I'll let her talk about that. Kiana, you're muted.
Hi guys. Well, thank you, Missy. That was nice of you. Do I tell you you're full of crap? It's true. I'm pretty much a hot mess most of the time. Okay. So as you can see, Missy, okay, Missy's face is like frozen, like, okay, that's funny. Hopefully everyone can hear this. She talked a lot about personal, like setting your vision personally for your business and for your life. And I think in this business, now we're going to talk a little bit about being successful in this business, because I truly believe that it's two parts. There's your personal business, that in your personal life, where Missy talked about. And then in this business, if you want to make it to the next level and kind of push yourself to be successful, you got to have a vision of a combination success for your team. You got to start thinking as a team, and you got to start including your team. So last year in 2014, or I guess 2 years ago, in 2014, it was the first year that our team went elite. I also had a baby that year in January. And I was like, this is crazy. I don't know what I'm thinking. But I just said to myself, I'm going to reach out to my movers and shakers, the ones that I see huge potential in, and even ones that maybe have never signed a coach, but I know they can do this. And I'm going to ask them if they will come along with me. And I did that. And I shared my vision of where I wanted the team to go. And by golly, in December 31st, and like Missy said, it wasn't easy, and it was a hard year, and I was up every 2 hours breastfeeding, and my daughter, was a newborn, but we made elite. And I was like, oh my gosh, if I can do it during one of the hardest years of my life, this is something that's incredible to push for. And so when 2015 came around last year, I just want you to understand, I'm going to share some of the things that I did that I feel like helped my leaders and people on my team that I surrounded myself with understand the value of what it's like to be a team. So I asked, you have to, whether you're working with one person right now or 5 coaches on your team, you have to share everything, your fears and your joys and everything with your leaders, okay? This is very different than a brand new coach. You're not going to tell a brand new coach that you want to quit because that is not what you're going to tell them. But it's so important to include the leaders and the people that you see, like I said, the mover and shakers on this team, and share with them your vulnerability about what your fears are and where you can see this team and what you visualize for your team. And asking them to join you on this and letting them know that you believe in them. Sometimes all it takes is a belief in someone. Sometimes all it takes is you saying to them, hey, do you know how awesome of a coach you are? Hey, do you understand that post was amazing? Because I guarantee you, if you ask anyone on this call, a lot of them would tell you that they originally never believed in themselves. And it just took like Missy or someone on this call believing in them to take that leap of faith with them. So I did a call literally and and shared with my team like 2 months before the year ended last year. Included my team in everything. I showed them my volume. I shared with them exactly what we needed to do. I told every single leader what they needed to do. I told them exactly how many diamonds we needed. I told them every single point we needed. I broke down elite. And before I thought, I don't want to do that because I don't want to overwhelm people. And I don't know if I can clarify it. I don't know if I can talk about this the way that I want to talk about it. But I just said, screw it. I needed my team with me. I cannot do this without my team. And I'm telling you, once I did that, it was like a light bulb open for my team. And they were like, oh, I get it. Like, I'm important. Like, every volume on my team matters. And I shared with my team and my big team. That was a team call that I did. And then I shared in my group, like, if my team is on this call, there's lots of people, we're about half and half. They know that I shared with them that every single point mattered. Not just Success Club points, every single volume point. Whether you order Shakeology once a month, or every other month, it matters. whether you order Energize or whether you help one person that month, it all matters. And it's really important that your culture created on your team is that everyone matters and that you're not just focusing on certain people. Yes, it's important that you spend your time wisely, and that's a whole nother call about who you can choose to focus your time more of. But there needs to be a culture on your team that everyone matters, and so that they can feel part of that. This is an awesome thing. Like, I did not become an elite coach by myself. Like, I just didn't. Like, I became an elite coach because the people underneath me and on my team and around me and giving me hugs and asking me how things were going and just asking me tons of questions knew that the culture of our team wanted this so bad that we pushed together, okay? And so I just want you to know, I'm just going to share a story with you about a coach on my team. I went from diamond to 5-star in 1 year in 2014. And I was like, if I can go from diamond to 5-star in 1 year, and, you know, I didn't know it was that big of a deal until someone said, I can't believe you went from diamond to 5-star. And it's a big deal. I mean, it's awesome. There's people that go from diamond to 12-star. So it's not like out of the world that heard of. But like, I just wanted my team to understand that if I can do it, anyone can do it. And as long as you have the vision of where you want to go and you're sharing with your leaders what's going on and you're sharing with your team, like, here's what we're doing, and you're including them in everything. And it's not just about you. Like, in my organization, I am not the leader and everyone's below me. Like, I don't look at a Emerald coach as, oh, that person is not worthy to be in this conversation with me. And if you do that, there's going to be a problem. So it's really important to understand that you create a culture where everyone matters and everyone feels important, because everyone in this world, all we want to do is feel validated and feel important. And that is what Beachbody has done for me, is that I have created an environment where people feel accepted and loved with all their vulnerabilities and all their problems and all their issues. And that's really, really important. Okay, so I've talked to you a little bit about, I need to finish my story. That would be important. My coach, Jill Hubbard, is an elite coach this year. She was a diamond at the beginning of last year. She ended this year at 5-star. I am telling you, and she said to me, like, you know, when you believed in me, she sent me the nicest card just recently. And she was like, you know, if thank you so much. If you never would have believed in me, like, this never would have happened. All it took was belief. And I really I literally had tears running down my eyes, because that's really all it takes. Like, and a lot of personal development. There's no difference between me and you. Like, can you be 5-star at the end of this year? Absolutely. Can you be 10-star? Absolutely. Like, I literally, truly believe that in my heart. The question is do you believe that? And that's something that you got to really focus on and share your vision with your team. Okay, so make sure that you're including your team in your vision and you're sharing with them. Like, hey guys, my goal is to be a 5-star diamond. You're one of my person. You're the person that I feel is one of my 5 diamonds. Like, what are we going to do together? What can I help you? Do you see yourself as a diamond? Do you see can I talk? Do you see yourself as 2-star? What are your goals this year? Like, how can we work together for me to help push you to that goal? Because it's really not about you, it's about them. Just remember that. Yes, your goal is 5-star and it includes other people. But if all you worry about is your 5-star, 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 you're never going to help anyone. So this vision is about helping other people and helping your coaches see the value in themselves and their team. And then all of a sudden, a funny thing happens, which is vision. Things start to happen with your business because you're helping other coaches succeed. Okay, I talked to my team about creating 2 words for their year. My 2 words are balanced and intentional. It's really important. Missy talked a little bit about this, about keeping your priorities in line and focusing on when you're creating your vision. I want you to make sure that you look at all areas of your life. Okay, I know we're talking about team a little bit. So yes, but I can't tell you how many times I've seen vision boards and 9 out of 10 things are Beachbody related. Okay, I just want you to be balanced. I just want you to be intentional about what you put on this. You can be super passionate about Beachbody and have 5 or 6 things on there, 10 things on there, but you got to have other things from other areas of your life. Okay, you have to create a vision for your life that is balanced and in line with your priorities. So if your only priority is Beachbody, you got to get a life. You got to figure something out in your life. You got to add different things in your life to make you more well-rounded, because we can scream Beachbody from the top of our rooftops, but no one wants to be around a crazy Beachbody person. Okay. And yes, I'm excited, and yes, I'm passionate, and yes, there are crazy Beachbody people, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you got to be a little bit more balanced and share that with people, because if you're not sharing all of your life, it's going to be a problem. And as I want you just to think in your life, what are 5, like I like to focus on 5 buckets in my life, okay? So like my vision for myself is gonna, yes, my team, like what's the vision of my team? And then the vision of my own business, and then the vision of where I see my family, breaking down the day, the week, and the year of what my perfect day looks like. And then the vision of where I see, you know, like my husband has to come into play with my family. This year I'm really trying to focus on being a little more organized. So I have buckets, and I want to make sure I create my vision board off of those buckets so that I feel fulfilled. I once read, you know, like how can you feel fulfilled if your vision is only 10 things off of one bucket? Like you're not one bucket. You are very multidimensional, and you need to make sure that you're looking at that. So how I've done that is I really focused on creating a miracle morning. And my team knows this, and I've hammered this into them, and we're reading this as a team, and I think you guys are too. Like I just truly believe that you can, if you're intentional with your time, and when you wake up, you can set yourself a little bit up for more success. But I wanted to focus on visualization and just understanding that I share this in my team page. It's a Lewis Howe podcast. If you are not listening to the School of Greatness podcasts, you got to listen to those every single day. They're amazing. And they had this girl on there, and I don't even, it's horrible that I don't know her name, but it was their last podcast. And she was talking about that we're truly the accumulation of all our decisions. Like we like to blame other people, but ultimately where you are right now, sitting where you are right now, is a result of all your decisions in your life. And that's something that you have to learn how to own. But if you want something that's different than where you are right now, you know, you have to make things non-negotiable. And non-negotiable is very different than your want. A want is, okay, I want this and maybe I'll get there, but in a non-negotiable is this is gonna happen and no matter what, okay? So visualization, she talks about, is a gift. And it's you know, like the cool thing about visualization, and I will tell you right now, a lot of people thought it was crap. So a lot of people thought it was crap before. Like I thought it was crap before. A lot of people think visualization is crap. Like it's like, oh my gosh, what are you talking about? Like they think you're like a hippie crazy person, but that's not what visualization, can I say it, is. It's really connecting your thoughts to your emotions, to your heart. So you see it over, you believe it, and then all of a sudden you start to feel what it's like to accomplish that vision. So for me, you know, let me just throw this out there. Like I might dream, I'm going to be moving soon. My daughter's not in the good school district. We don't have it. We're not a bad school district, but not great. My house is getting way too small for us, and I'm going to move. And I'm already visualizing what my house looks like moving in, getting excited about having an exercise room. Like it's going to happen. And it's going to happen in the next year, because I know what it feels like to walk into that house and put that key in that front door on that very first day. And the only way that I can do that is through Beachbody. I cannot buy another home without Beachbody. Like I cannot just all of a sudden put $100,000 down on a house without Beachbody. Like I have to work hard for my goal, but I work hard every single day because I feel what it's like to walk through that door and show my kids that my daughter really wants she wants her bedroom. I know this is a first world problem, but I'm just telling you, my daughter is 7 and she stays with a 2-year-old in her room. She's getting really pissed off every single day because the 2-year-old gets into her books and steps in her bed and eats all her stuff and gets really mad. It's really hardcore problems in our house, but it's a problem that I can have a solution to as I dream bigger for my family. And I really want to give that gift to Leilani. She's a person that needs her own space. She's a person that needs her own area, and she's a rule follower, and my 2-year-old's not a rule follower, and it's very hard for them to share rooms. Plus they're all waking up at different hours. So that's my vision. Like I see it, I feel it every single day. I have a dream. I just today signed up to be in a fitness shoot. Like that's scary. I'm sorry if there's any Mormons on here. I'm sorry if you don't cuss. Plug your ears if there's adults. I'll just spell it out. That scares the SHIT out of me. Like I want to like go and call the person and say I made a mistake. Like because I know I'm on the hook now, and I paid a down payment, and I got the best photographer in Portland, and I did the research because I want to work my butt off to get to where I want to go. There's something about me that gets to a point that's like it's good enough. I've never pushed myself past the good enough and to be amazing. And I have 5 weeks to do it. And I'm so excited, but at the same time, I'm scared because I don't want to show up on March 5th and not be proud of what I'm doing. And so I'm feeling, I'm thinking and visualizing it. So your visualizations have to stir up emotion. And if they don't stir up emotion, if you don't want it enough, if it's non-negotiable, then you'll do it. It can't be just like, I want to be kind of fit, or I want to start being able to pay my bills, or I want to start being better mom or whatever, or a better wife or whatever it is. It has to stir up so much emotion that you know what it feels like to get to that point that you're not willing to compromise and stop before that. Okay. So I want to make sure that you have 5 I really can't say that word. 5 visualizations. And I'm just going to share with you my visualizations that I say every single morning. And I really, they have to do with my vision of 2016. And you guys will see that as I post it in your team page, like what my vision looks like, if I can find it right here. And this is what I say like every single morning to myself. And I just say it out loud. And another thing is, if you're just reading it, it's not going to be nearly as powerful. There is something said and hundreds and thousands of studies done about when you say it out loud, your mind starts to believe it more. So I say I am relaxed and I am organized and I know exactly what I need and what I want to get done today. Okay. So I told you my bucket is organization. Number 2, I have systems in place that run my household, and I have a household and team, and I am very proud of them. Number 3, I am a strong leader who has rock star training, and I will find business owners to join me. Number 4, I am an amazing mom and wife, and my children and husband come first before anything else. Number 5, I am full of energy in life, and I will pass love and happiness to anyone I meet. Number 6, I am in the best shape of my life, and I will use food and workouts to fuel and energize me. And number 7, I have abundance beyond measure, and I will travel and give back to anyone that I can. That is what I say every single day, over and over and over and over. And you may not believe it at first, and you may tell yourself that it's crap, and you may be like, well, I kind of want this. Like, it's non-negotiable for me. I visualize it, I see it, and then I know it's going to happen. And I start to believe it and feel it, so that nothing is going to stop me from being more organized this year. Nothing's going to stop me from being a stronger leader. Nothing's going to stop me from being happy and fulfilled, and at 35 being in the best shape of my life. And that's how you get to where you need to go. That's how you provide vision for yourself at the next level. So I want you to take the create your 5 to 7 visualizations around what you want your vision to look like this year, a year from now, and this month, this year, and really focus on that, and focus on what your perfect day looks like for Beachbody. And just know that that your health is a gift, and your vision, like personal development, is a gift. I never looked at it that way until about 2 years ago. I had all these books in my office I never read. I would buy books and never finish them. I would be like, why is that person talking about personal development? That's a bunch of hogwash again. And I was stuck in the same position I always was. So you have to have a vision for your life, and you have to choose to grow every single day. But I want you to focus on your priorities, being balanced and staying intentional, and sharing everything with your team so that your team knows, this is where I'm going, this is where I'm headed, and you're either going to jump on the train or you're going to stay back at the last station. And it's up to you to do that. But I'm here to help you. I'm here to encourage you to move forward. That's your job as a leader. I had a coach sign her very first coach, and she said to me, I'm not ready to lead. And I said, girl, you're ready to lead when you say you are. And that is the absolute truth. There is no perfect way to do this, no amazing way to lead. It's not like you get from A to Z all in the same way, but I promise you that if you put in the work to look at where you want to go, and you work with intention, and you work with being balanced and not leaving the important people out in your life, and making sure that everyone matters, and that your team feels important, and that you prioritize them, okay, over, other things in your life, when, it's going to be okay. And we can't always be perfect, and there's going to be times where you struggle with balance, but you got to know where you're headed so that you can have the steps to get there. The last thing I want to say is, I just like to compare, if you don't have a vision, or you don't have anything for the future, like you don't know where you want to go this year, it's like showing up to a basketball game and you have no plays. So the other team has their plays and the other team has their defense, and you just showed up. And you guys have never practiced together and you have no idea. Like, you're going to get stomped on and you're going to get trampled and you're probably not going to score many points. Don't be like that person. Like, make sure that you are setting your vision and you are balanced, and make sure that that falls in with making you happy. Because at the end of the day, and I did a call about this, and I shared that with you guys, and I did a video about this. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you crush and stomp on people and reach all these goals if you're not happy and you haven't built, positive, long-lasting relationships. So make sure that you're balanced and you create a lasting relationship for yourself, so that when you look into the future, you're like, I'm proud of who I'm becoming, and I built this business with integrity, and I built it the way that I've wanted it to be, and it's made me happy. And that's really what it's like, thinking about your vision. So make sure you get your positive affirmations. You work, you make your vision and off your visions. Are, a lot of people get words confused, like vision, goals. Like, what we're saying is look at the areas of your life that you want to prioritize and make sure you include those into your dream board, so that nothing gets left out. However you put it together is up to you. You can use pictures. I've seen people just use words, but don't forget the people that are important to you. Okay, and don't forget that we do vision boards for more than just Beachbody. Okay, because I want you to be a balanced person. All right, I am done. Missy, you there?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm like so emotional. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to talk. It's weird. Okay.
I make people cry a lot. Sorry.
You do. Well, you make me cry, but something I'm realizing is that when when you choose to hold yourself back, you hold everybody back. Your team can only go as far as you believe they can go. And like, I'm going to say this for my team right now, and this, like Kiana said, this scares the SHIT out of me. But like, I went to a meeting with corporate and I sat across the table with them, and in my heart, like, I told him, I said, I know I have one of the best teams in this business. And I know Kiana feels like that about your team. And he looked at me and he's like, well, why aren't you a 15-star diamond coach? And I was like, oh,
oh no.
Like Kiana said, you don't get to elite by yourself. And move to 15-star by themselves. So if you want that for your team,
are you guys hearing this?
You gotta work in that. And you gotta tell Kiana, like, we're being, because it means, like, in my heart, yes. Gosh dang it, yes. Okay. I just knocked someone on my chest. I get really passionate. But here's the thing, is like, I talked myself out of that dream. Like, it's not that I don't still have that goal, but don't talk yourself out of it. Like, you say it out loud until you make it happen. So I'm kind of laughing at Kiana's like, hokey, like all your projections into the universe here, Kiana, because I'm the one who loves the book The Power. If you haven't read the book The Power, it's all about putting out your intention into the universe and it coming back to you. So you know, Kiana, that's what you're doing, right?
Yes.
You're doing the power. Anyway,
yes.
It's making me laugh.
And the
because I really believe you put it out there. Well,
I was gonna say the
takeaways from this call.
It's like your internet is delayed, and so when I wait for you to stop, like I start to talk, and then like you get back in there. So we're not really not talking over each other. Our internets are really bad. So
our internet is so
but
bad.
I was gonna say anyway, the one biggest thing I took out of Miracle Morning, that book, is he said your affirmations and your sayings out loud and your visualizations, they can't just be like you say it and you already have these things. Like, I mean, it's okay if you already have them, but you have to like believe it in the depths of your soul. Like, this is going to happen, and it's no matter what. And these are usually areas that we all, like, that you're struggling in. So if you are struggling with being, like, in the best shape of your life, or being a hot mess mom, or whatever, like, you would say, I am organized and full of energy and not full of anxiety, or whatever. Like, you say the opposite of what you truly are, so that these affirmations can become true to you. And then there, you know, your truth is what you believe about yourself, and that's really the truth. And that's what I've learned. And Missy's amazing at this. Like, I'll say things sometimes, and she'll be like, no, you can't say that. That's not the power. And I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna shove your power into some place where it doesn't matter, because I'm sick and tired of you shoving the power into my face. Like, she'll be like, that's not the power. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I, like, 2 seconds later, I'm like, okay, I need to have the power. Like, it really is like you attract what you put out there, and energy is what you give off. And so there's something to say, and I'm telling you, I'm not kidding you. I've only been doing Miracle Morning for like 6 weeks, 5 weeks. And since I say my affirmations every single day, okay, it could be coincidence. I swear to God, like, I just, like, it's just like, it's no matter what, like, it's just going to happen. Like, I don't care what anyone tells me I can and can't do. Like, this is what's going to happen. Like, maybe you're struggling. It maybe a big part of this is you're struggling to make Success Club, or you're struggling to add coaches to your team. Why don't you have your affirmations around that? Like, if you're struggling to have positive self-esteem, have your affirmation around that. Like, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be just about Beachbody. I told you that. Like, my family is obviously number one, and I want to make that important. So my affirmations are around my faith, and around my fitness, and around my business, but they're a combination of everything. So I'm done.
Okay. So
go ahead. Any questions? Anything you want to say?
So post your dream boards in the team page. We're going to post ours and your affirmations. Dream boards, affirmations.
Okay. So we want you to post your dream boards. Please do one thing. Missy and I have both talked about this. Please do not look at Natasha's or mine or Sarah's and be like, oh crap, now I have to add that on mine. Like, that's not what this is about. Like, I want you to sit down with no noise. Okay, that's never gonna happen if you're a mom, but just sit down and, like, have your little zone and be like, here's my 5 buckets, my areas that I want to make my vision off of. What does my vision board look like? And be proud of it. It can be words, it could be just all affirmations. I don't care what it is. Just be proud of it, and don't post it and then delete it and go, oh, here's my new one because Caitlin added this to hers, or Kiana added this to hers. Because why do I say that? Because that was me like 3 years ago. I'd be like, oh my God, her vision board is better than mine. Oh my God, I forgot to say that. Like, it's a good idea to get ideas. I'm not saying you can't get ideas, but be true to yourself and put stuff on there that make you happy. So your vision boards, and then we want to see 5 to 7 affirmations for your year, okay? For the year. 5 to 7 affirmations that you are saying to yourself every single day. You are repeating them 2 or 3 times every single day, standing. Okay, I know this sounds silly, but they said you're supposed to look in the mirror and say them. So I couldn't do that. But I say them out loud, and my daughter's like, what are you doing? We get it. Like, I get it. Like, you know, she keeps going, like, you are what? Like, why are you saying that? I'm like, because when you say things to yourself, you start to believe in them. She's like, all right. So she starts walking, I am smart. It was so cute. Like, I was like, this is awesome. So I say them, and I walk around and say them, and I repeat them. I just open up it's on a note section on my phone, and I have them written out, and I say them every morning. And sometimes I say them in bed, like laying there. Sometimes I say them downstairs, but like whenever I start to feel like I'm not those things, I just bust them out and I say them again, because then I start to believe it.
Believe it.
Yes.
Dream it, believe it, achieve it, right? How it goes.
We're excited to see you guys' vision boards and your affirmations. So please share with us, and just know that we believe in you. And we, just like Missy said, she can't stop talking about how amazing you guys are, and it's the truth. And you guys, if you are not pushing or prepared for this leadership retreat, I tried to invite myself, and she told me I couldn't come. And I was like, that's BS. I wanted to be a guest speaker, but she wouldn't let me come. So, like, I don't know what I need to do, you need to do to get there. but you need to get your butt to that leadership retreat because it is going to be amazing. And Team United Legacy, we are having a leadership retreat next year, and I will plan it, and it will happen. And I know that it will. But I'm just telling you, for Team Rocket, like, if I've been behind the scenes, I've seen what that girl is doing. Like, you are crazy if you are not trying to get there. Because I'll tell you one thing, Missy's the kind of person, not that this matters because money doesn't matter, but Missy's the kind of person I'll be like, what was your paycheck this week? She's like, I don't know, I didn't check it like 2 weeks ago. So like, to her, like, money is like not an issue when she's spending it on her team. And she loves you guys so much. And the things that she's doing for you, like, I want. And I tried to invite myself, but she said no. And so make sure you're there because I wanted to be there. Anyhow, I'm serious. I'm so mad.
Thank you for that nice podcast.
Oh, yeah. Anyhow.
Kiana picked out the presents.
I did. I picked out your guys' presents, and then I was going to give them to myself, but it didn't work.
Okay.
She's frozen.
Oh, I'm frozen. All right. Peace out. Are we done?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys. Thanks for being on the call, and we will get the recording. I will get the recording up. I'll start uploading it tonight, so I'll be on the call this morning. Share this with your team, and just know that we believe in you guys, and in our mind, you guys are amazing, and so start to believe it, okay? Visualize it, believe it, and know that you have everything you need to be successful. You just have to start owning it, okay? All right, whoever's flipping me off, stop. Someone's flipping me off over there. Okay. Okay. Bye, guys. Have an awesome night.
Bye, guys.